Hi Seaview students and families, this video is all about the subject selection portal and how to use it. If you haven't yet accessed the dedicated website for subjects, which is seaviewcareerexpo.com.au, please make sure you head over there. It's got lots of information specifically around the subject selection portal, which is what you can find here, but there's also lots of other information from universities, pathways, how to book interviews, everything like that. Please make sure you check it out. So the first thing you want to do is check your school email. You should have received your login details from the Select My Subjects website, which is the portal that we use. And so please check that you have received this email and it is actually your login details. So check for your name up here and also check that it actually is addressed to you here as well. This contains your login information here. So this is your access code and this is your password. However, the best thing you can do is click on this link and we'll take you right through. If the link doesn't work for whatever reason though, this is the web address and copy and paste these details in to be able to access the website. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the link here, access the portal, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've accessed the portal. Again, you want to make sure that you're in the right portal. So currently here, this student is going into year 11 in 2026. Make sure that you've been added to the right portal. If there's any issues, please contact the school. Make sure you read the information here. They are different depending upon the year level. So this one is for a year 11 next year going into 2026. I will show you another year level shortly, but you will see that year 10 and 11 students must have course counselling interviews. That was not required for year 7, 8 and 9 students. Okay. You'll see here it says, please make sure you read the selection instruction on the next screen before you enter your subject selections. So to do that, come over here, select Add New Preferences. And this will take you through so you can see these instructions. So please make sure you read these very carefully because they are year level specific. Okay, so you can see here that year 11 students are required to select a total of 13 subjects. Okay, 7 for semester 1, 6 for semester 2. Year 7 students, on the other hand, have to select less than that. Please make sure you note any information through here. There are links to access the curriculum handbook if you need. Please make sure you read that thoroughly before you jump into doing your selections here. But if you've done everything you should do, you've used the planning sheet and you're ready to enter your subjects, this is what you're going to do. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are different what are called preference groups here. Okay, so for year 11s, we have to select some compulsory English subjects. So I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to start submitting some here. And you'll see that anything that has a little red circle next to it is compulsory. So you have to select something within there. Okay, I haven't done maths in essential maths in year 10, so I'm going to choose a maths here for this student. Okay, and then I'm going to go through and I'm just going to choose my subjects. And I'm just going to choose at random here because I want to show you what happens when you have an issue. Okay, so what I've done is I've gone through and I've selected some subjects here. First thing I want to point out is an important thing for students who will be in year 11 or 12 next year. If you are doing a vet course next year, so you've had a vet enrollment interview, you're going through the paperwork, you know you're going to be doing a vet course, there may be an option for you to actually select a study line. You can only select this if you are actually enrolled in a vet course. If not, you cannot select that if it's an option for you. So what I've done is I've selected a bunch of subjects here, and you'll see up the top that I've got a red bar. It says the minimum number of units for selection is 13. I've only selected 10. So that tells me that I haven't selected enough. So I need to come back and have a look, make sure that I've selected the appropriate number. So if I don't see a red bar at the top and I can click on this green proceed button, I'm going to now check to see if my subject choices meet the patterns required. And as I click proceed, you'll see now that no, I actually have some issues I need to address. So firstly, I have selected nutrition as a subject, but I only selected it for one semester and I have to select it for both. It also says I've selected biology for a semester instead of for a full year. So I need to go back and make a change between these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I've got biology in semester 2 here. I'm going to change that to nutrition in semester 2. So I now have nutrition selected for a full year, and now I'm going to click proceed. And again, I've got an issue. All right, I must select it as a preference. I cannot have it as a reserve. So please make sure you're aware of which subjects are full year compulsory ones that you have to do, which ones are full year subjects that you can elect to do. But if they are full year subjects, you cannot put one of them as a reserve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to change this out for nutrition in semester 2. Okay, you'll notice it tells me I've selected it twice. I'm going to change my nutrition reserve to be something else. I'm just going to go up here and go ancient studies. I'm going to now check to see if everything works fine. Now I meet the patterns and my preferences come through. Now this is really important. All I have done so far is submitted my preferences, but I have not actually submitted them to the portal yet. This is the check screen. So have a look and see these are the subjects that I'm selecting. Okay, yes, I want to do English, general maths, I'm very happy with all these subjects. Okay, so now what I need to do is click submit valid preferences again. This actually submits them to our system and now generates a receipt for you. All right, you will see here we've got the receipt here. Okay, this will be updated to say 2026. Okay, and it will, for year 10 and 11 students, it will be printed out and signed at the subject confirmation interview. Okay, you may want to have a copy for yourself as well. Okay, but for other year levels it looks a little bit different, so I'm going to show you that now. So what I've done is I've jumped into the year 7 into year 8 portal, and you can see there are some different instructions up the top here, year 7s into year 8s. And so when you have a look down, you'll see that the preferences screen also looks a little bit different. Year 7s have to choose less subjects. So again, I'm just going to select some here. Okay, and Japanese for a full year, and select a reserve subject. Okay, and what I'm going to do is again click proceed, just so I can show you the difference in the subject receipt. So again, this is again a little bit different. Before you can now submit your valid preferences for years 7, 8 and 9, you must actually do a electronic signature as well. The school will not process this without the electronic signature for a student and a parent. Now, to do the electronic signature is pretty straightforward. So you need to enter in a parent or guardian email address, okay? And then for the student, you can either sign it, or if you're on an iPad, you can actually do a proper signature, or you can just type it in if you want as well. So I'm just going to type this in. Please make sure you put your proper name in. Click on Save Signature. Okay, once I've got the parent email address here and I've done this, you'll notice now I can actually submit my valid preferences. Once I do that, it will generate an email to the parent. Now parents, you need to go to that email and you need to sign off electronically on subject selections. If you don't receive that, please contact the school and we will support you with that. But without those electronic signatures, we will not process any of the subject requests for the following year. If parents, you want to see what this email looks like, this is the receipt from Web Preferences. You need to click on this little spot here. All right, that will take you back to the portal, where if you scroll down, you will again have the same options as the student to put in your signature. Click Save Signature, and then that will be processed by the school. All right, please print a copy of this for your own records as well. And if you have any issues with the subject selection portal, please reach out to the school. But I also encourage you to view the frequently asked questions website on seaviewcareerexpo.com.au. The most common issue we have is some subjects not showing up. The reason for that is because students are not eligible for them. So a really good example is if you are not in the special interest sports program or the special interest dance program, the subject will not show up for you as a subject to choose. Likewise, if you're going into year 11 or 12, for example, if you want to choose year 12 chemistry, if you have not done year 11 chemistry, you cannot choose it in year 12. If you believe there's an error and you should be able to select a subject, please contact the school and we will sort that out for you. Thank you.